Peace, peace, peace. If you're listening to this, I hope that this message finds you all in the best of health. If you have been following the past consultations that I've aired on YouTube here on my channel, then you have a pretty good idea what's going on. So let's just go ahead and get straight to it, all right? We pulled 4 cards today. We are working with the 5 of Swords in a reverse state. We are working with the Queen of Cups upright, the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the 9 of Pentacles reversed. All right. So when I pulled this first card, the 5 of Swords, and especially in its reverse state, I was like, whoa. That's how I was impressed upon by this card. First off, let me tell you what the question was. So it wasn't a random question. I basically just asked the ancestors to comment. Okay, to comment on what's really going on what is it that we can't see. Because by now, most of us should have already figured out that it ain't no virus out there. Okay? Ain't nobody getting sick. Ain't nobody dying. I'm hearing about people who have heard about other people getting sick and dying from this. But I don't know anyone with it. Where I am, I'm not seeing any hostility, uprising, or things like that taking place. I'm not saying that it's not, but that's not what I'm experiencing. It sounds a whole lot worse when it's being televised, when it's coming through the media, than it looks outside of me right now. I mean, if you go into the grocery stores, yeah, they are getting pretty empty, you understand? Which means that resources are not coming in. That's what it's telling me. It's telling me that resources, whatever shortages that are taking place in the stores, all right, is the result of people buying up resources, but at the same time, it's also telling me that resources are not coming in. Okay? Which brings me back to the tarot reading at hand and the first card, which is the significator of the entire consultation. It governs every other card that follows it. And what we're talking about here with the 5 of Swords in a reverse state, we are talking about hostility. Okay? But something is creating the hostile environment in which many are receptive to. Many are receptive to this hostility that is being created. So there is an external source outside of us that is creating hostility. In other words, there is some bullying going on. There is some bullying going on. There is some misuse of force. The incorrect use of force. We're looking at police activity that is involved. We're also looking at, if there is police activity, there is also criminal activity that is involved. law enforcement. I'm seeing violence. And all of this is a result of this coronavirus rumor that is going around. And that's not what's really going on. Okay? The coronavirus is a distraction. And it has a lot of people caught up in it based upon how this card fell. A lot of people are receptive to it. And it's causing an uprising. And that's exactly what is wanted. That is the sole purpose of this coronavirus thing, is to create an uprising. Okay? And how do I know that a lot of people is caught up in it? It's because when I look at the second card, the 9 of Pentacles in a reverse state, it's showing me a group of people who are very gullible. And this card here, it also governs ancestors. And those who follow the Yoruba tradition, it is said that Yamaya is also associated with this card. And if Yamaya is associated with this card, the mother is very angry. She is very angry right now. And the reason why she is angry, she says, because you are allowing yourself to be led by what you hear through the media, opposed to turning to your ancestors and allowing them to lead you, to guide you. So as a result, these group of people are going to experience some losses as a result of this hostility that's going on or that has been created. You can expect to experience losses, and they are material losses, physical losses, anything dealing with matter, earthly losses. We're looking at lives being lost, but not because they have contracted the coronavirus, but because they are following the media, the system. They are slaves to the system, and they are being led to the slaughter. Now, if you have eyes to see, which is depicted by the Queen of Cups here, if you have eyes to see, then clearly you can see everything that's going on. And because you can see, you can avoid this entire situation. You know how to maneuver through this entire situation. You'll be okay. Because you're following the mother. You are listening to her. You're tuned in to her. And you're allowing your ancestors to guide you. So if you are a tarot reader and you're not turning to your ancestors through your tarot cards or any other divination tool that you may use to communicate with the other side, if you are not turning to that tool and communicating with your ancestors and allowing them to guide you, woe unto you. But for those of you who are using your divination tools as a means to stay in touch and to confirm what's really going on, separate the truth from fiction, then kudos to you. Continue to enjoy your life. Have fun. There's nothing to worry about. Now, for those of us who are caught up in this matrix, okay, we're going to the last card here, we're showing the Queen of Pentacles. And the reason why the cards came up as queens, it doesn't mean that this is for the women. It does apply to the women very strongly, more so than the masculine, but at the same time, it refers to all of us as a people who are affected by this madness that's going on right now. Okay? All of us. Reason it came out feminine is because we are receptive to what's going on outside of us. But how we choose to deal with this determines what path that we go on, what path we follow, what path we tread, and the outcome. And basically what they're saying is for those of us who are caught up in hearsay, you can expect to experience loss. And it's going to be more, and it is going to be great. It is going to be great. At this time, what we should be doing is we should be focusing inward. And I'm not talking about just focusing, sitting there on a little meditation. Brothers and sisters, we're going to have to swim deep. Okay? I'm always there. We need to get in tune and in touch with our ancestors. This is a time to, if you're worried, if you're fearful, do a ritual. Do a ritual. That is, that fear and that worry that you are experiencing is your ancestors reaching out, attempting to communicate with you. But because of the blockage, you're tuned into your fear and your anxiety, you cannot hear them. Therefore, you cannot be guided by them. You're going to be guided by whomever it is or whatever it is that you are attached to right now. And what you need to do is detach from that and reattach to the self, which is the indwelling spirit. It's the part of us that is selfless. Okay? Some tough times are coming right now. Based on this reading here, there are going to be some really tough times for a lot of us. If you don't have eyes to see, it is recommended that you, find someone who do have eyes to see. And if that way they can guide you, you'll have something more positive to follow opposed to the situation at hand now. Because let me tell you, there's going to be some deep, deep losses. And we're all going to hear about them. You're going to hear about them. You're going to hear about them. Okay. So, I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. If you have any questions in regards to this consultation, by all means, as always, I do encourage you to leave your questions and your comments down below. I will respond to them. If you have anything that you would like for me to read on publicly here on YouTube, I advise you to leave your suggestions below. I'll go through them and I'll get back to you. Until then, peace. And thanks for watching.
Symphony, weaving melodies, a fiery beating drum, moving together, keeping time. together